Hi everybody, I'm Mel Dorr, Chicago psychic medium and intuitive consultant. Sorry I've been gone for a couple weeks. It's just been kind of crazy. Someone who used to work in my office has been ill, so we've been busy helping her out. Debbie, we're sending you our prayers and our love. Plus, the weather here in Chicago has been Arctic. We're having a heat wave today, though. It's up to 25. We've had 4 major snowstorms, or big snowstorms, in the last 2 weeks. And usually we get snow in Chicago, but I can't remember when we've had 4 major snowstorms in a period of 2 weeks. The temperature has been sub-zero. My office was without power for a couple days. So had to stay home. Then our cable at home and our internet went out. At any rate, we're warm. The coldest day was, I think, day before yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago. It was down to -7, but with a chill factor, it was 25 below. So we had a snowstorm a couple days ago. We already had a lot of snow on the ground, and it dumped anywhere from 12 to 17 inches, depending on where you live in the Chicagoland area. Where I live, we got about probably 11 inches of snow. But put that on top of everything else. So anyway, we're hanging in there. I understand Texas is getting hit really hard. And I feel really bad for the people who live there, who have no power, who, they're tearing up furniture for firewood to keep warm. So let's everyone send healing energy to the folks in Texas. I understand that they're blaming the Democrats for the problem, but I laugh at that, because the problem with the power grid down there was the infrastructure, and of course that was the Republicans controlling all that infrastructure. I see more cold snaps coming, but the people in Texas, we send you our healing energy. We send you our love, and if there's anything that we can do to help out, let us know. Anyway, good news, I went and I got my COVID shot today. So my guides have told me that the COVID vaccine is safe. I went and I got my shot, and I'm glad I did. Thanks to my friend Carla for setting it up for me. My arm's not even sore, so I'm feeling great. Everybody, please get your COVID shot. Don't be afraid of it. I've heard some of the conspiracy theories, like it's going to rewire the RNA or the DNA, or they're going to do this or that. I think the newest one is, if you get the shot, then it allows the government to track you. Why would the government want to put something in your arm to track you? Everybody's got cell phones. They can track you on those. Anyway, so don't be afraid of your COVID shot. As my guides had told me, Trump was acquitted in the Senate, as you all know. But my guides told me if they would have taken a silent vote, or if they would have taken like a secret vote, he would have been acquitted. He would have been convicted, I'm sorry. But here again, my guides still show me him dressed in orange. Matches his hair and the white circles around his eyes. Which means, I see that he's gonna be indicted federally, my guides tell me. And my guides also tell me that he and some family members are gonna be indicted in New York, which the federal government can't pardon. Only the governor of the state can do that. Plus, I'm seeing him indicted in Georgia for the infamous phone call. So there will be a probe, kind of like I think Pelosi said akin to the 911 thing about the insurrection in the Capitol and all of that. And they will call witnesses on that one. So my guides tell me there will be a lot of convictions. And I see legislation coming to how do we punish people who are guilty of domestic terrorism? Because those people that stormed the Capitol that day were, in my opinion, domestic terrorists. At any rate, I keep asking my guides, where's the accountability? Where's the karma? And they assure me that karma does happen, and they assure me it will happen. And once again, I ask, then why did the senators in the Senate publicly vote to acquit Trump? And the answer is they want to play to his base. Okay, we know that. It seems like every time our light worker, plural, takes some steps forward, we're pushed back a little bit. But don't worry, the light will win. And while I'm on the subject, I asked my guides, why do some people call themselves light workers, but yet they think that Trump is all that in a piece of toast, and they even think he's a light worker? Well, if that's a light worker, I'm a rocket scientist. I think because somehow or another, you know, they suspend their critical thinking. And I think that in so doing, you know, some of the conspiracy theories, I think they kind of weave it into what they call as their new age stuff. But they're not looking at the truth. But the truth will prevail. Remember, light workers deal with the truth, not conspiracy theories. Truth. I mean, how can anyone believe that we're being shot with laser beams from outer space? Maybe I should put on my anti-laser beam cap. In Chicago, we don't need that. We just need things to cover our ears and our face because it's so cold here. Wonder if that would keep the laser beam rays away. Anyway, I'm being facetious. So light workers, we are coming into the age of truth. And that's why the dark forces keep wanting to push forward, because what they say is truth is really the big lies. But as a nation, we are opening our solar plexus, at least 60% of us are, which is empowerment, taking our power back and bringing it up through the throat chakra and beginning to speak up. And we will continue to speak up against the lies. I heard about Mitch McConnell's letter blasting Trump, but yet Mitch voted to quit him because he wasn't in office anymore, and he felt that it wasn't constitutional. Really? Well, Mitch, if you would have let them, the House, bring over the articles of impeachment while Trump was still president, you wouldn't have had that problem now, would you? Anyway, then Trump was really silent, and now I just heard Trump's rebuttal against, and Trump was crazy for McConnell. He's wonderful, he's good, he's this and that, and now he blasts him. So anybody that goes against Donald Trump receives Trump's venom. Here again, I was pontificating, but I predict that Trump will be held accountable for his actions. Federally, as well as Lindsey Graham, and statewide too, from New York and Georgia. Lindsey Graham's going to be in trouble in Georgia, by the way. Boy, you know, I think for those people who have denied climate change, maybe all this cold weather and everything going on is our spirit guide's way of telling us we can't deny it anymore. And that our politicians, regardless of Democrat or Republican, have to be held accountable. Again, I heard that Ted Cruz, grab this one, rather than being with the people in Texas, what did he do? Took off to warm Mexico. Hope he's enjoying the Mai Tais on the beach while the people in Texas are freezing their butts off. He's going to be in deep trouble too. So will Josh Hawley. And it's not over with Marjorie Taylor Greene either. My guides assure me there's more stuff coming out about her. You know, I find it amazing that they took this secret vote to try to get Liz Cheney, who spoke up against Trump, off the committees, and the secret vote didn't work. But yet when it came to Marjorie Taylor Greene, McCarthy made it a public vote. Just tells me a bunch of people on a certain faction of the Republican Party are a bunch of cowards because they're trying to play to the base and they are afraid of losing the election. But my guides also told me that the Democrats have to be really, really, really diligent about speaking the truth, about, you know, getting the economy going, about getting the shots, you know, in order to keep the House and the Senate in 2022. And they've assured me that if we're diligent, we continue to speak up, and we continue to call out the big lies, then guess what? We will win again. Yay. You know, it's funny. My guide showed me Donald Trump like a tiger in a cage. Of course, that's kind of an insult to a tiger, but a tiger does have some orange in it, I think. But, you know, I think Mitch McConnell and other people thought that they could control the tiger. Mitch, I can control the tiger. Well, Mitch, tiger got out. And you didn't do a good job of controlling him once he got out. You know, we're still not out of the woods with DT, Donald Trump. Oh, how about DDT? DDT? That's his new name. Like, remember DDT was poison? Everything it touched was so poisonous. Anyway, I still see Mitch McConnell's wife is going to be called to task for some of the things she pulled as well. You know, I find it amazing that some people, these right-to-lifers, okay, and I think it was in South Carolina or something, they're trying to limit abortion rights again. I believe in women's choice, but yet they can let all these people die of COVID. You know, when this epidemic was raging, Trump was on the golf course playing with his putters. I mean, it was, I just don't get the hypocrisy of it. Anyway, I think our weather is going to continue to be really inclement. It's funny, we've had Arctic weather here in Chicago, but it's supposed to be in the 40s next week, which is unusually warm for this time of year, which means we're going to have floods. And my guides tell me that we're even more for inclement weather. So I asked my guides, have we reached the tipping point with climate? And the answer came back as resoundingly, no, we have not. But we have got to start taking immediate action. And I'm so glad that we are doing that. And so I see that we could reverse some of this climate change because it is people made. The COVID vaccine, thank goodness we're starting to get it. And my guides tell me that Biden will meet his goal of 1 million people a day. And I think probably by midsummer, everybody will be vaccinated. That makes me feel good. And I think my guides tell me our scientists will do a really, really good job of predicting what strains of COVID will come up to make vaccine against that. So I think, as I've said before, my guides tell me we get our flu shot every year. We'll just get our COVID shot and call it a day. But I think this COVID is a warning, because we've got to stop destroying the planet, because there's some viruses out there that are hidden that can make COVID or Ebola look like a gentle wind. And I'm seeing under Biden, they're going to put things in place to contain future epidemics, and they'll stay in place. There was one in place, but put together by Obama when Ebola was happening, and when SARS, but Trump dismantled all that. Anyway, so I think we're going to be really doing well with epidemic control. I'm so glad Dr. Fauci and science is winning. And I'm a science geek. I love science. I volunteered at the Museum of Science and Industry here in Chicago. So if anybody ever gets to Chicago, you got to go. It is so cool. They have like a U-505 submarine on the inside. They have a 727 jet suspended from the second floor balcony. It's really cool. I love working there. I used to learn something every day, and I love learning. But anyway, science. That I think there's a landing on Mars today, a Mars rover landing, and that's really cool. I think it's the first one in like 11 years. My feeling the mission will be a success. My guides tell me. And my feeling also is all this is a precursor, because I'm thinking within the next 15 or 20 years, there will be missions to Mars with humans. It'll be interesting. That's exciting. And I see at some point within the next 20 years, my guides tell me, maybe sooner, there'll be colonies on the moon. So that would be fun. I see a time, maybe even in my lifetime, where we could take space vacations. We get to go up out of the atmosphere into space for a while and be weightless and all that good stuff. The old Star Trek back in the 60s, Gene Roddenberry must have been psychic, because some of the stuff that they came up with, we're seeing is so routine today. It's really cool. So my guides are showing me a lot of fun stuff scientifically. Yay. I also predict, my guides show me, that within the next couple of years, there will be a cure for AIDS. The technology is there. There's already a cure for hepatitis C. And I think they'll have a cure for hepatitis A and B. And I see drugs to the viral world, what penicillin was to the bacterial world. And so all the research is going on. I'm seeing not treatments, but cures for viruses, cures, other than vaccinations. Right now, there's really no cure for a virus except for hepatitis C. So that's exciting too. At any rate, I wanted to get back to you all and just let you know that I'm still around. I didn't forget you. And I hope you're all well. I just have to close on this note. I chuckle when Donald Trump says that he got more votes than any sitting president. Well, he did. But Biden got more votes, like 7 million more. And Trump lost the Electoral College, I think, by 74 votes. So, Donald, Biden got more. And the election was honest. Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. I hate to say this, but my guides are showing me that when Ted Cruz gets in Mexico, guess what's going to happen? It's going to rain a lot. I hope he took his umbrella. Meanwhile, people in Texas, let's send them healing energy and lots of love. And, you know, for those in need in Texas, let's open our hearts and our homes to them if they need a place to just come and stay for a while. That's the true spiritual thing to do. Just pay it forward, give a little of ourselves. And my guides assure me that many of us are going to continue to do that, and that becomes contagious after a while. All right. I'm rambling again. I tend to do that. Maybe I should call this coffee with Mel. How about iced tea with Mel? Anyway, stay well, stay safe, stay warm. And I'll be putting another video up soon. And also, I'm going to be a regular on Linda Grendel's YouTube channel, which I'm very excited about as well. Thank you all for your support. And once I get to 10,000 subscribers, there will be another 3 free readings. And I just love reading for and talking to all of you all. Now, if you've been rescheduled for a session, I apologize, but it's just been all the craziness going on here. So, my dog Lucky is great. She's a sweetie. She had a little bladder infection, but she's okay now. That's another thing that happened. Anyway, namaste. Stay safe and well. For now, bye-bye.